Well, Miles, as always, it's good to sit down and chat with you ahead of the game against Blackpool this weekend. As always, we'll look back on the draw with Penrith. Obviously, it continued your unbeaten run to 16 games. Just your reflections on that, because you were almost a little bit frustrated that you didn't get all three on Sunday.
Yeah, I think, look, after a game, emotions are always high, aren't they? And, we've done so well this season, and we went 15 for 15 winning, that when you don't win a game, you draw it, it sometimes can feel like a loss. But look, there's lots that we can take away from that game. We're disappointed not to pick up 3 points like any team would be in our position at the moment. But look, it's one of those where, as I said, there's so much that we can take away from it, and it's about taking away those learning from it and kicking on from there. But overall, it's another point on the board. It's another step closer to where we want to get to, and we have to keep grinding until these next 6 games in the league, and then see where we're at.
I mentioned it to you on Sunday about it's that balance, isn't it? Obviously, the frustration is there. You've not picked up the 3 points, but on another day, you probably win that game, and you've got to find that balance of, look, you've not lost it either, so you're still putting points on the board and you're still ticking along, and there's 6 games to go where you can refocus your mind again. Yeah,
definitely. And I think, look, you look at the game, and we weren't at our best. It wasn't one of our best performances, and we have to get the team back to that. But regardless of that, you still look at the game, and Penrith didn't really cause us that many issues. There wasn't many times that they broke us down. There wasn't many clear-cut opportunities that they had. And they score off a set piece, which doesn't mean that it's okay. We have to tidy up in that area. But look, it's despite us not being at our best, I think we still could have put the game to bed and killed the game, and that's probably the most frustrating thing. I think if you play a football game and you get battered and you deserve to lose, then fair enough, there's not much you can do. But on the games where you think you should be picking up the 3 points, you could have put the game to bed. They're the ones that are frustrating. But as you said, it's another point on the board, and we've gone 16 games unbeaten in the league now, and there's still teams that are below us that are chasing us. It's not the opposite way around. So everything for us remains the same. We have 6 games left. We know what we need to do in those 6 games, and we will focus one game at a time, and hopefully come 20th of April at around 5:30, 7 p.m. We've done all we can do, and then we'll see what happens from that point.
But the result on Sunday is probably a timely reminder for you and your staff to just reiterate what you've done this week in training and meetings with the players, that look, what you've done in the past 16 games doesn't mean anything really. You've put yourselves in a brilliant position, but now you've got 6 games to go. You've got to refocus, like I've just said before, and take each game as it comes.
Yeah, 100%. And that's been the message to the team, and it's been the message to the team for a while now. They're aware of that. But as you say, it's nobody will remember that we went 16 unbeaten if we don't lift this trophy. If we don't get promotion. This is a real unique league whereby you can go 16 games unbeaten at the start of the year out of 16 and you still might not win the league. I think there's not many leagues where that can happen. But that shows how hard it is to get out of this league, and that shows how good some of the other teams are and how much they're pushing us. And I've said it numerous times, people don't give league titles to you. There's not many teams or not many players that have won league titles. Out of all the players and teams in the world, there's not many that have done it, and there's a reason for that, and it's because it's a really hard thing to do. So look, as I said, we've not achieved anything just yet. We've done extremely well. We've put ourselves in a great position to be in the mix of trying to win this title. But up until that, we've done that and we've got it in our hands. We've still got work to do.
And the next upcoming set of fixtures for you, the next 4 in particular, are consecutive away games, 4 consecutive trips on the road. How do you approach that now? Because it's going to be a tough ask for what you've got lying ahead in probably the next month or so.
Yeah, I think we have a great away form, we have a good home form, and we love playing at home. But obviously, look, the team they've been superb on every trip we've been on. I remember that Workington away trip where the gods seemed to throw everything at us that day to try and make sure we didn't get the 3 points, and somehow the team managed to do it. And look, I don't think there's a trip that can probably be more difficult than that in terms of before the game and kick-off and the rest of it. But look, the away games, it is what it is. We've been fortunate enough to have some home games at the start and the first half of the season, and it's time to go away, and the team will be ready for that and focused for that. And we've just got to get the job done. This end of the season now, it's just about getting the job done. It's not necessarily about pretty performances. It's about just picking up the 3 points and trying to get the wins, and that's what we're hoping to do.
And the first one of this run of 4 is Blackpool on Sunday, and The home game, although I think it looked a convincing scoreline in the end, they probably proved a tougher ask than probably people expected on the day. So what are you expecting going up there on this weekend?
Yeah, they did. They're a well-organised team. They really are, and they made us work for that. Like you said, despite the scoreline, I think it's very easy to look at the scoreline. I think we breezed the game, and it was one of those where our performance I thought was really good and it was superb. But Blackpool also really made it hard for us at the same time. And look, they're a team that are fighting relegation, and games are running out for them to pick up points. And every game that they play, they are desperate for 1 point or 3 points. And when you play a team that's top of the league, there's no better team that you can steal points from than top of the league to help kick on confidence and momentum. So at this stage of the season, just like we will fight everything to win the league title, they're fighting for everything to stay in the league. And we need to be prepared for that. We need to be ready for that. But the team are aware of that. They're aware of that, and I think that we didn't quite have as much fight as what we would wish for in the Penrith game. We let things slip a little bit, and sometimes that can happen from time to time. And the best way to bounce back from that is to make sure it doesn't happen in the next game, and that's what we're hoping to make sure. And
is that kind of the message you've been saying this week about making sure you react in the right way? Obviously, you were in the huddle for a while with your staff and your players post game. Sundays, just look. Do what you do, trust the process that you've been doing all season, and the results should come on the back of that.
Yeah, 100%. As I say, it's that time of year where you've just got to get results. You take a scrappy 1-0 at this time of year, and you'll take putting 3 points in the bag, and however way you win a game, or as you said, whatever method that a game is won, you've just got to win it. We've just got to try and win it. And I think that, look, the team have been good this week. We've got off to a good start in training. They look focused, and they look like they've had a little bit of a wake-up call, which is always great. And we're ready to go again. And hopefully we go into that game against Blackpool and we don't let the same complacency creep in as we did against Penrith. And hopefully that will help get us the result.